Okay, good afternoon, students. So today is Wednesday, April 22nd. And like I said, I gave you more time this morning to finish Monday and Tuesday's assignment just in case you were not done. So here's what you're going to do today. Today you're going to go to our class materials page and click on the blue folder since it's week 5. Open up the slides and then we're going to turn in our exit ticket. This exit ticket requires a password again, so you have to watch the entire video to hear the password for today's exit ticket. So please continue watching. Right now, we are moving on to Wednesday's assignment. Today is also Earth Day, so do your best to be mindful of the actions that you take that can harm or help our Earth. Let's try to be more mindful of the waste that we create and what kind of products we are using in our daily lives. All right, so moving on to Wednesday's lesson, it says if you're ready to move on, click here. I'm going to press present. And we'll click right here. It takes us to Wednesday's lesson. Our do now says, I will learn about how different types of materials called conductors and insulators can change how quickly thermal energy can transfer between two objects. So what will you do today? Today you're watching the lesson video part 2. That's the video you're watching right now. You can take notes and study. And then at the end of today's lesson, you're going to turn in the exit ticket on Schoology. Again, the exit ticket has a password. Please watch the whole video for the password. And tomorrow we have a Zoom meeting. Please join me on Zoom if you're able to. Period 4 and 5 is going to be from 11 o'clock to 12:30. Period 1, 2, and 6 will be from 1:30 until 3 p.m. Alright, so this is the video you're watching. If you need to see it again, you can find it on this slide. Now you're going to watch this review video, but this video does not let you play it on my slide. You have to watch the video on YouTube. So you're going to click watch this video on YouTube and it'll take you to the YouTube Plays channel that you can watch the video on. So I'll play it right here.
Jeff's family is having a nice time at the park. It is indeed a good day to have a picnic. His dad brings a grill and starts to barbecue chicken on the grill. Jeff runs to his dad to see if the barbecues are already done. He holds a metal skewer but immediately lets go because it is too hot. His dad uses oven gloves to hold the metal skewers without feeling the heat and shows Jeff the barbecues. The metal skewers are examples of materials that allow heat to flow. These materials are called heat conductors. Metals are good conductors of heat. The oven gloves do not allow heat flow to take place. These materials are called heat insulators. The non-metallic oven gloves are good heat insulators. Heat conductors are important in our daily lives. Cooking pans are made of metal to conduct heat easily and help cook the food faster. The base of the iron is made of metal so that clothes can be ironed quickly. The mercury inside the thermometer expands and contracts rapidly with slight changes in temperature. Heat insulators also play important roles in our daily lives. The walls of an icebox are made of polystyrene to maintain the coolness inside the box and prevent heat from entering the box. The handles of cooking utensils are made of wood or plastic so that they will not get too hot, allowing us to hold the utensils without getting burned. Woolen clothes and blankets trap a layer of air. The wool and air prevent heat loss from our body, thus keeping our body warm.
Okay, so going back to our slides now. Hopefully that video helps you get a better idea of what conductors and insulators are. And now I'm just going to go over the answers to our discussion homework from Tuesday. The question was, why did the metal block feel colder than the paper book even though they were the same temperature? So a good answer, which a lot of you wrote down for me, was that even though they were at the same temperature, the metal block felt colder than the paper book because the metal is a conductor. This means that the metal transferred thermal energy away from your warm hand a lot faster than the plastic. So since thermal energy is leaving your hand very quickly, your hand feels colder when it's touching the metal block. So it's not that the metal block is cold. The reason why your hand feels cold is because thermal energy is leaving your hand very quickly because the metal is a conductor. The second question, why did ice melt faster on the aluminum than on the plastic? So similar question, the ice melted faster on the aluminum than on the plastic because the aluminum is a conductor and the plastic is an insulator. The aluminum made thermal energy transfer faster to the ice cube, making the ice melt. And the plastic slowed down the transfer of thermal energy to the ice cube, so it melted slower. So if you were to eat ice cream, you wouldn't scoop your ice cream onto a metal bowl. You would scoop your ice cream onto a plastic bowl or onto an ice cream cone. Because if you put ice cream on a metal bowl, the ice cream would melt very quickly since the metal is a conductor. It's going to transfer thermal energy from the surrounding, from the sun, a lot quicker to your ice cream. So here are examples of conductors and the definition of conductor. You need to know this definition for your exit ticket today. Make sure that you memorize this. Conductors are materials that conduct heat and they allow thermal energy to move very easily through it. So if you imagine these household items, you know that if you touch these items, your hand can burn because they conduct heat very quickly. And insulators are materials that do not conduct heat well. They don't allow thermal energy to move easily through it. So things like styrofoam, rubber, plastic, and wood, all of these things stop or slow down the transfer of thermal energy. And we learned that the reason why conductors are good conductors is because the particles can quickly hit the neighboring particle and cause everything to vibrate. That's what makes it a good conductor. So imagine a metal spoon. The particles are all very close to each other and they're going to quickly allow the other particles next to it to also vibrate and transfer energy. But in insulators, the particles are further apart. So imagine things like air and other gases. The particles are floating around and they're spread apart. So it's harder for one particle to hit and collide into another particle far away. That's why air is a really great insulator. Alright, so that's it for today's lesson video. Now you're going to go to Schoology and turn in the exit ticket. You get 2 chances on this exit ticket to earn an A. Again, we are trying to do work that we are proud of. You should not be proud of an F or a D or a C. You are capable of getting good grades on this quizzes and these assignments as long as you watch the videos and study the notes. So if you don't feel ready for the exit ticket yet, then re-watch the videos and read the notes again before you try these assignments. Please do your best to earn an A. Now for the password for today's exit ticket, the password is going to be the word insulator. Please make sure you spell it correctly. Insulator is the password for today's exit ticket. Alright, and before I have you take your exit ticket, I just want to remind you that tomorrow is our Zoom meeting. If you don't know how to join us on Zoom, you can watch this video. This is for your phone and this is for your computer. And tomorrow's Zoom meeting, we're going to do a check-in and then we'll do review. And we're actually going to play 2 games. We'll have a scavenger hunt and then a Quizlet live game. Or join us and see our faces and also play these games with us. Alright, now you're going to go to our Schoology page and take this exit ticket right over here. Remember, there's a password. I told you the password. Please take that today and turn it in.